be talking about the history of atomic theory. Alright, so it started with Dalton's model of an atom, which is the solid sphere model, and that's when we actually discovered that structures were made of very, very tiny particles, so that was a big step. And based on his observations, he proposed his model of the atom. It's often referred to as the billiard ball model. He defined an atom to be a ball-like structure, as the concepts of atomic nucleus and electrons were unknown at the time. Alright, moving on. After the ball model came J.J. Thomson's plum pudding model. Thomson's model showed an atom that had a positively charged medium or space with negatively charged electrons inside the medium. Soon after its proposal, the model was called a plum pudding model because the positive medium was like a pudding with electrons or plums inside, and this was when electrons were discovered. Ernest Rutherford's nuclear model. So he was a physicist that envisioned atom with to be like a miniature solar system with electrons orbiting around a massive nucleus as mostly empty space, and the nucleus was occupying only a very small part of the atom, and the nucleus was positively charged. So this was a big step because it was the discovery of protons and neutrons, and it discovered that electrons were actually orbiting the very dense, positively charged nucleus. This was discovered with the famous gold foil experiment. The Rutherford gold foil experiment shot miniature particles at a thin sheet of gold. It was found that the percentage of particles were deflected while the majority passed through the sheet. This caused Rutherford to conclude that the mass of an atom was concentrated at its center. Alright, so the Niels Bohr planetary model. In atomic physics, the Bohr model, or Rutherford-Bohr model, was presented in 1913. It is a system consisting of small, dense nucleus surrounded by orbiting electrons, similar to the structure of the solar system, but with attraction provided by electrostatic forces in place of gravity. Alright, moving on to our current model today, created by Erwin. This is the quantum model, and this assumes that electrons are a wave. Electron is a wave and tries to describe the regions in space or orbitals where electrons are most likely to be found. So when we talked about quantum numbers in chemistry, this is best represented by our current model, which is the Erwin model.